very much what we want to be doing, and that's to be the market leader for freight brokers in the US and North America, to focus on the workflows that we're really good at, being LTL and full truckload. These are areas that we do really well, we're familiar with, we understand them, and building a TMS that executes that at a really high level is something that Ty's well equipped to do. So taking advantage of that opportunity is the plan to move forward. And Ty's in a unique place to be able to do that, because we have a team of very highly skilled people across the whole organization that can contribute and build and help solve problems for our customers in a way that nobody else in the market can do.
We've seen hundreds of brokers, not just 100, but like 500 brokers we've worked with. We've seen them. We're intimate because we're in their business. That's our job.
Yeah. So like working in this industry, it's something that I'm very passionate about. I love software. I love making things work and delivering something that anybody can just use, with very little training, and everything just makes sense. Freight is the backbone of our economy.
Ty has been very, very focused on creating that relationship with customers and allowing us the opportunity to build a team that takes care of our customers and the procedures and processes that we have and that we are continuously working on allow us to improve that relationship.
Ty has a culture of like, hey, roll up your sleeves and get in there and get it done. And even our CEO, Mitch, I mean, he's not shy to get in there and work and make sure that the job gets done.
So I got started in technology as a youngster. I think when I was around 10 years old, my dad bought a TI-98, an old, at the time, cutting edge computer system. And I'd spend forever writing random number generators and just typing out small coding programs. And I knew at that point, computers and technology was something that I was really motivated by. And then as I got a degree in computer science from UC Riverside, I got an experience writing code and building programs. And then I realized that I loved it even more than I thought. And the reason is because I get to build something. I get to hear from a customer, or I get to listen to what people need and build something that helps them solve a problem and create these things, even though they're virtual and even though they're in the cloud and they're not things that we hold in touch, but they're things that help us do jobs. They're things that help us solve problems. And I'm really inspired by it. I love doing it, and being able to use technology and to build things together. That's what really motivates me and drives me and my passion. My uncle, who worked in freight, came up to me and he said, hey, we got a short project that we want to build a rating engine for LTL. And I said, okay, yeah, I can write anything. I'm a coder. Like, let's do this. And so him and a couple other people got together and they started coaching me on what they needed and how we were going to build it. And so we started building this LTL rating engine. So it was cutting edge. It was really cool. And I built it. It took about 6 months to build. And then they started using it some, and we're working on using it in the business that they were working with. After a couple years had passed since I built that LTL rating engine, then some of the guys that were involved in that original rating engine came to me and asked if I would build a TMS. Went to that first TIA show. I was over there in Anaheim, and I went and looked around at some of the technology that was there. And I was a young man and was like, man, I could build something that's really awesome to solve this problem. And so that's what I got started doing. That happened around 2003. Definitely started building up a passion for the freight business and logistics. It's such a cool business, and it's so underrated, right? I always tell people all the time, freight's not a very sexy business, but it's everywhere. And so many problems get solved with freight, and so many things have to happen in order to get your food on the table, in order to get your Christmas presents to show up. And so being involved in a little piece of that was helping inspire me even more. So now I'm a freight guy, and I've got a lot of experience building TMSs, but that experience doesn't come alone. As a company grows and as a company builds, you can't do it as an individual. You have to have a strong team around you, and it's Chris Vinciguerra. He's become one of our product rock stars. He's a guy who can see a customer's needs and translate them into something that we can build. And his vision around that is amazing.
I met Mitch about 20 years ago. I just come out of the military. I was serving in the Air Force for 4 years. I was actually a developer. I was a programmer in the Air Force. Came out during the .com bubble bust. So as I was driving across from DC to here, it was the .com bubble was busting. And then, from there, it was like there were no developer jobs. So I started in tech support at an automotive company, and that's where I met Mitch. And, we worked together for a few years. We became friends, and then he left. And then I actually left support and went into marketing. I was at the same company, it was a big company, and I was able to move up. And, it was a shirt and tie kind of place, and I'm not a shirt and tie kind of person. So, and Mitch needed somebody to be a support team, and he found me, and he was like, hey, why don't you come run my support team? And, I started the support team for us. I've trained Daniel and those guys. It's like, I was the one who trained them, and then got to a point where I was like, I don't want to be a support guy anymore. So became a developer. Even when I was doing support, I was doing some development on the side. We're small. Everybody does everything. It was a small shop.
Next came Daniel Eli. Around 2009, Daniel joined up as a customer service person at the company I was at, and we were working together. And I could just see the passion that this guy had, and being able to watch his career grow. He's now our director of product, and understands our product and our industry so well that his passion to make sure that he's providing the best quality product that he can is unmatched. It's a tremendous asset to our team.
I have been working in this industry for about 15 years now. My background was in the Air Force. I spent 8 years aircraft electrician, and got out of the military, went back to school. Graduate from Cal State Fullerton. In the very beginning, working with Mitch, it was in office where we were literally back to back, and very, very tiny office. But that also allowed for a lot of collaboration, and I think that is something that is in the spirit of what we still do today. Working with Mitch through the various iterations of TMS products that we've done, we've learned a lot about the complexities of freight, and learning that is critical to making the application flow in a way that helps our customers and execute something from an automatic point of view.
The next component of our leadership team that I was fortunate enough to work with is Sean McGillicuddy. Around 2019, he joined up with us coming from a completely different industry. And I remember when I interviewed with him, he told me, he's like, hey, I just want to be in technology. And he literally closed me at the interview. I thought I was supposed to be interviewing him, but it turns out that wasn't the case at all. He was making sure that we were going to be an okay place to work, and he had a mission. Closed me on the spot. Worked out great.
I'm a pretty ambitious guy, so I knew I was going to end up in sales basically, and I started selling insurance to trucking companies, and that's how I got my start in this industry. And I really loved working with the trucking companies. It was something that I didn't know was going to be that rewarding, but it was like these real salt of the earth kind of blue collar guys that it's like being around all my dad's friends, like all my dad's welders friends. I found Ty I was living in the area where they were, and I just was looking for anything related to freight, because I just knew that this was like a path I wanted to go down. And so I started calling freight brokers in my area, and I was just kind of doing my own little investigation, and I found Ty, and I started looking into the technology that they provide and the industry they service, and they're like 5 minutes from where I was living at the time. And so I was like, I'm gonna get this job. Like I need to talk to these guys. And so I'm sitting there in front of that current leadership team, and I knew that these guys it felt like they had something. I was going off my gut, it felt like they really had something, and I was like, I'm gonna get in there. I'm gonna get this job. I remember I had been with the company for like a week, and I was seeing all these little areas where I felt like I could be helpful: marketing, client success, sales. And I remember telling my wife, I was like, I'm gonna be their VP of sales and marketing.
A little later, 2020, Lena came and joined our team. Lena brings operational excellence. She's capable of doing so many things at an exceptionally high level. And when she came on to joined up with us, she started taking over onboarding and customer success almost immediately. It was unbelievable how fast and how effective she was at her job.
I was recruited by Mitch and Daniel mostly. I was working for another software development company, but I was always very, very passionate about customer service, customer experience, working with customers and just providing the best experience for our customers. So I initially came in as a client success, but then in transition to an onboarding position. So I started to build a team for the onboarding. I started creating the guidelines for our new customers, creating the training agenda, creating the procedures, the guidelines for onboardings. And then we started to grow the team.
I've been fortunate to have some really great people build up around me, and now my leadership team and the core group at TIE is built up of some exceptional individuals. And I love solving problems, and it's working with like-minded people. They're out solving problems every day, and they're helping customers fix issues they have, or helping customers get products done, get things going. What I underestimated when I was younger, and something that became a lesson for me over time, is it's an evolution. You're never done with a software application. And the reason for that is the technology's changing. The ways that we solve problems are changing. We're growing as people all the time, and our ideas on how to solve a problem are changing. But the advantage of that is it gives us the opportunity to talk to our customers and to listen to customers and hear, how is the freight brokerage industry evolving? What's changing about the way you're running your business? What's changing about the market? What's changing about other technologies that you're using? And we can take that information and bring it back, and then we get to take that and apply it to some of the things we want to reimagine.
Be able to get that feedback from our customers, and then make sure that what we are developing is in line with what they're asking for, and making sure that we hear them, not just from what the TMS is doing, but how what we're doing in the TMS affects their entire company, their cash flow, their all the different aspects of what our customers do.
That idea that it's more industry focused. We're not just writing a piece of software. We're trying to solve a transportation or freight workflow and make it so it's good.
And the cool thing about selling technology to brokers is like, I really think this is going to help your business grow. And when you get in there and you kind of make that promise to them, and you sell them on that, and then you actually get to see their business grow. You actually get to see a broker's business grow, and then them come back and go, hey, you were right about this. You were right about like what this was going to do for our business. It saved us so much time. It's helped us scale the growth of our business. And it is for a salesperson, it is the most rewarding industry that I've ever worked in.
Building that long-term relationship is part of the things that I enjoy the most, because we see them grow with us. So at the very beginning, they start like the onboarding process, and then helping them with that implementation, and then seeing them grow. And then after they go live, like growing the business, and we are supporting them to achieve those goals. That's very, very, great to see.
The sales team really has a philosophy of like trying to sit down with the customer and understand what it is that they need, what are they doing today, and where are they trying to go. And we really have to understand that in order to explain how to use this product most effectively for the broker to grow or to accomplish their goals.
We want freight brokers to focus on moving freight. We want to let them focus on solving freight problems, and we want to focus on solving technology problems.
We have customers we've been with for 15 years that I onboarded in the first week I was at the system, and like they have moved from TMS to TMS to TMS to be with us because they like working with us, because they know that we're there for them.
You can tell we have a very, very close relationship with some of our customers, and we are always trying to like make it better and just understand their needs in order to provide them with the best experience ever, and just making sure that we are helping them accomplish their goals.
We had brought this customer on, and they were small, and they were struggling at first. They were probably only doing like 200 shipments a month max, you know, and they were just hard workers with heavy ambition about really being a really large broker. And they were really they did a lot of investigation to find the best TMS that was going to support their ambition and their vision. And so it's one of my best stories that I get to tell, is because we brought them from, you know, that small company doing just a couple hundred shipments a month into, I mean, they're one of our largest customers today. And, and that's happened over just a 2-year period.
I do take pride in being a director of product and being able to work closely with our developers, work hand in hand with our customers as well, and deliver cutting edge software that makes our industry awesome.
It's just so cool to be a part of a team that's been able to come together and deliver from a marketing standpoint, deliver the message to the broker market about all the things that we believe we can definitely do for them, and based on the feedback that our customers have told us.
The coolest part about working with Mitch the whole time is he's in the room with you. He's in there till midnight getting it done, making it work. To see all that pay off now and see where we've been going is really cool. It's just it's amazing. It blows me away that what we've done in the last 2 years.
I now feel like I'm equipped to solve problems in a way that we weren't capable of doing before, and to help build TIE and lead the company in a way that's going to produce a product that will really benefit the freight broker industry and will really add tremendous value to the way they execute. Being able to do that and being able to gain all the experiences that I've had till today, and build a team around those experiences and build a team around the objective and the goals is really going to enable TIE to differentiate itself from other TMSs in the space. TIE is equipped to be the TMS of tomorrow. TIE is equipped to be the TMS of today.